Alright, welcome to day 63 of the Vera Series. And we just got some pretty big announcements as well. And as you know, still no level increase, but 2.3 is coming out, so it should be here in a couple weeks. Starting out, you want to go to your artificial island, and you want to go back to building and hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, you want to make sure you knock out your enemies because they respawn every Monday, and you want to make sure you get the weekly items in the exchange store. Next, we got Mia's Kitchen, and we want to do our 4 bounties for the day, and I'm going to go with the Sparrow. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. And for today, we got access to Boots and Sadness Valley. So these are actually some pretty good dungeons, and you may want to use some Vitality solutions. Which brings us to Interstellar Exploration. And you want to check Vera, as well as check Aspera, so that way you get all of your Stargates. But remember, the best way to tell if you have a level 3 Stargate is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials. And if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains. And if you're pressed for time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Which brings us to our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to go to the black market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the claw machine, and knock out your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones, and try to knock out your 6 Greyspace fishers. But ideally, if you can, try to do the Twilight zone, because you get the best rewards there. But you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on this. And if you can, try to do some racing, so that way you can get in the top 100 and get that 400 Mira. And don't wait till the last day to do your security force missions, so that way you can get those owed Vera coins and that Mira. Then you want to go to your missions tab, click on an item and click use, so that way you can go to your appointed research, because you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy a day, so that way you can keep getting that 5 free energy a day. And I'm still working on trying to complete the last level. But if you enjoy these daily guides, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we got our events. You want to make sure you're logging in enough time, so that way you get all the rewards. And then we got the New Year's Garden Party. And today we can reach a grand total of 9,000 points. We also have the new mode, Break from Destiny, to where you can get a team and go in there and do a Break from Destiny co-op battle and try to get some points. I still haven't had a chance to play it, so I'm going to try to play it tonight when there's a few more people on and let you know how it is. But if you got a chance to play it, let me know down in the comments. And Enzo asked me to talk about Type 2 Couant, which is coming later in the future, and where you can get it. Sadly, the only place that you can get this is in the upcoming Battle Pass, which comes out next week, which means once it hits Monday next week, you do not want to collect your weekly reward, so that way you can progress your new Battle Pass even faster. Now, one thing you may want to do, which most likely won't really work, is you could try to save your other SSR relic boxes, and maybe they might update them, but generally, if you look at this one, since there's a completely different SSR relic box for the hoverboard, there's probably going to be a different SSR relic box for the Type 2 Couant. And then we got the big announcement. 2.3 is official and is coming February 2nd. Now, I came out with a video yesterday discussing some of my concerns with 2.3, so be sure to check that out. But while we wait for 2.3, Sapphire did challenge other content creators to a free-to-play challenge. I pretty much have been going back and forth with my moderator Ridley, because you know, I'm more of a dolphin and I think he's more of a whale, due to the fact that I don't have that many characters on my account and not all of them are max. So I would say I'm still probably a dolphin. So I decided to go ahead and try out Sapphire's free-to-play challenge, and these are the rules that I have to follow. I think the biggest difficulty, at least at the start, is that I cannot reroll. So hopefully, as much as King likes me on this account, he follows me over to the other one as well. Also, anybody is able to join, so if you want to make a free-to-play character on Saturday and join me as well in this week challenge, and then on the last day of the week write out how you did so much better than me in the free-to-play challenge, have fun. And then we have the weekly tab. Now, I recommend that you save your Type 3 keys for 2.3, perhaps even 2.4. But besides that, you want to make sure you get everything down here, so that way you can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen, so that way you can power yourself up. But starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So the first thing you want to do is take a look at this weapon bonus. If you have a good weapon bonus, then you may want to do this sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you can get a high score here, you're most likely going to get the top rewards for the week. Frontier Clash. If you got an attempt, you might want to go ahead and knock it out, so that way you can get that golden gear, or you could wait till Saturday. Void Rift. We got another attempt today, so you want to go ahead and knock that out, so that way you can get those matrices. Void Abyss, you want to make sure you do this before the end of the month so that way you can get those micro reactors. Wormhole, you got 4 days left to complete this and you want to make sure you do so that way you can get that energy crystal dust. Rage, you want to do the last 2 on heroic and you want to do battle test area on heroic, so that way you get the best rewards for the week. The Critical Abyss, now this is optional content, but you can do it so that way you can get those clusters. Break from Destiny, you want to make sure you do this at least 1 time so that way you can get those 250 dark crystals. Apex League, if you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, hot, and then buy your 2 vitality solutions. But for me, I have 94, so I'm just going to pass. Which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. So you want to make sure you buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your very special gift, but when it comes to your potent omnium crystal, I recommend that you pass because you should have enough to reach an 8.3, even 8.4 suppressor through exploration alone. But what you can do with your golden crystal dust is buy a good pair of boots. If you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy hand guards, and you have a good pair of hand guards, then you can buy whatever else you want. Space Time store, you want to buy your booster modules, your advanced modules, and your data repeater for the week. Crew store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are Space Time Rift, unless you have a level 3, or Omnium Shield. But if you have both of those, you could consider getting a drone level 3. Support store, you want to buy your joint supply chips, your Space Time Crystal Fragments, and your Space Time Crystal Dust. But you can try to get your Space Time Crystal Fragments using return support points, and if you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are for a spare special gift, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or see this item again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you can always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and let me know down in the comments, are you guys interested in seeing how I do in a free-to-play account? But other than that, talk with you guys later.